Team name change against Inting for Ruby. Guys, we're once again in the losers bracket of the X Cup Fall. And again, there is no draft because this is a series we couldn't catch live on stream. It was played off stream, and I'm currently commentating this from replays just to make sure that we're going to bring all of the action in here. We have Casper on the blue team side here on Infernal Shrines on Leoric, Klopaka on Lunara, off on Johanna, Limu on Tracer, and Kea is playing Stukov for the low blow on level 1. Over on the right side of the map, Inting for Ruby with Mind Talk on Junkrat. We got Baby Houdini on Blaze, Nox on Malfurion, Hat on Greymane, and the Fish is playing Nubarak in the first game of this series. Alright, let's get the show on the road here. Now, this is obviously a best of 5 series. This was all played out in the lower bracket, which means whichever team decides the series in their favor moves on to the next round. The loser, on the other hand, drops out of the tournament completely. So with that being said, there's obviously quite a bit on the line here for the two of them. And this should be an interesting match, honestly. We had some pretty cool games from the blue team, but Inting for Ruby has a bit more experience, I'd say. They have been participating over the course of 2021 in particular, but even before that in tons and tons of tournaments. And of course also been playing in Heroes Lounge, the amateur scene, so that's an added benefit for them there as well. And I'm pretty hyped for this one, because this could be fairly close here. Now, our starting map, Infernal Shrines. Oh, nice move already with Junkrat. It's actually amazing to me that Junkrat made it through the draft. This is one of the rare circumstances when we don't catch the draft live, but I would have loved to see it, because Junkrat is not really a hero that you see making it through the draft a whole lot. Especially on Infernal Shrines. I mean, this is an absolutely amazing map for Junkrat. You can always, when it comes to a shrine fight, poke from the outside very easily, get value, and any stun that can be initiated by either a Nubarak or Blaze, Malfurion too, can be followed up by a mine, and then you can simply ensure that you isolate the target and hopefully, of course, get a kill out of it. A bit of a battle for the third camp down here at the bottom of the map, and Hat seems to be in trouble. He's trying to get the kill on the other hand against Tracer. Oh, there it is. Tracer down, but so is Greymane. Both of the damage dealers are gone. The red team able to lock in the camp. Nicely done. Inting for Ruby is able to get that small advantage, and it actually gives them an early level 4. So they're slightly ahead in experience. Nothing too dramatic just yet, but obviously a welcome advantage to run this early in the game. And as we are focusing on the shrine pretty soon up at the top, it's all going to be about that level 7 talent in particular. On level 4, we got the Neil Peasants now for Leoric. So he's gonna try and get, well, mad value on the shrine, but also the wave clear allows him to make the rotation between the mid and the top lane whenever needed. Seen this in the past, and we're gonna see it here again. And it seems like Lunara just sniffed out the two hiding in the bush here, so good for her. Some easy damage, stacking those numbers in a little bit. Neural Stim back on Blaze's level 1, by the way, so I'm not going for any unstoppable frames here. Around the more traditional rotation with globes. And here we go. Bot lane gets attacked, so in this case we actually have the blue team trying to find some value at the wall on the bot lane, whereas topside Greymane is not trying to make the exact same play. And I'm not gonna lie, I like shit like this. I really like it a lot, because it is kind of cool when you have the teams just saying like, okay, screw it, we're just gonna go for counter aggression. We have the better push here. We got Greymane in walking form, he's gonna rip them apart, and we got the Shaman camp as well. So really, really nice move by them, trying to come in and just counter-attacking. The blue team, they let the bot side go. Both teams have now done some structural damage, accelerated the process there a bit, but obviously with the fountain still up, this is something to definitely watch out for here. Yeah, it's going to be interesting in the upcoming patch, honestly, when the fountains can't be directly destroyed anymore. Obviously, we're seeing this happening a lot in the competitive scene, that fountains get targeted, and for a good reason, but now we have to go for the main structure first. There's the early level 7, by the way, for Inting for Ruby. Gives them the position on the shrine, whereas the blue team is trying to catch up, and does so in a timely manner. So with that, we have them right away on level 7 with the growing infestation. And we also got the locked and loaded for Tracer. Blue team attempting to catch up successfully, I might add. 15 or 16 to 16 stacks now. Yeah, and this is going to be a pretty interesting battle here. We still got our side laners for whatever reason in the mid lane. I honestly don't know why, because at this point you just want to get everybody together. Level 7 is already there. Jojo goes down though, and that's an initial kill for Inting for Ruby. on the first objective. So, yep, they got a pretty good position and they're locking in Punisher #1. So they can now, with the composition, easily try and move through that top lane. And should walk away with the fort. The entire wall already destroyed. You can't bait the Punisher over anymore. So opening this up was really beneficial for Inting for Ruby. And there is just no way to save that fort. It's just not happening. Normally you bait the Punisher over the wall, you have an easier time defending, but thanks to that push that we had on both sides, this is just accelerating the entire process, and team name change is losing the top fort, so one of the main structures is already down. And at this point, we're having the push straight up through the mid lane as they're trying to do a little bit more damage here, take one of the towers down, maybe get a little bit more done, get a kill here. Nah, Casper moves out. But Jojo is still at the top. But if you're looking at the experience, you can pretty quickly figure out that there's now a significant advantage for Inting for Ruby. That helped them. Taking those structures down, winning the first objective, getting that extra kill, catapulted them forward very quickly in XP, and they are now about to hit level 10. And if they play this properly, they should be able to at least take a wall down with level 10, maybe even pressure a fort. Honestly, it's one of these things where every single time when we have games where a team is incredibly dominant throughout the entire map, but then at the end they lose a team fight on 20 versus 20 and the game turns. There's so many people that are always upset about this. This shouldn't happen. This is bad game design. And I can understand why people think that, and honestly I feel there's a few things that Blizzard could definitely change in order to mitigate that a little bit. For example, introducing the armor mechanic the same way that it exists on Alterac Pass around forts and cores would help. But on the other hand, if you are ahead throughout half the game and you are not really capitalizing on it properly, then you can't really complain if your opponent at some point is able to catch up again. And in this case, a little bit of headway was made with level 10. But Inting for Ruby in the past suffered a little bit from that problem that they are not properly exploiting advantages that they have. And if you have a level 10 advantage, you should definitely get some structural damage in, if it's such a big window. Now we have our rogue abilities for both teams now. We go for Greymane with Go for the Throat, no bullet here against Tracer, Thornwood Vines for Lulnara. And now the only question that remains is what exactly is Jojo going to pick? Are we going to get the Blessed Shield set up? Or what I feel is a bit more likely to jump into the backline, trying to pressure Malfurion and maybe even Junkrat with a Falling Sword. It's more or less the standard these days. Now we're still seeing Blessed Shield, of course, not like it's completely disappeared, but the more aggressive play is through Falling Sword. And honestly, it also keeps Jojo a bit safer. If anybody engages upon her, if she gets caught, she can always just use her ult and move out. Cooldown isn't really all that big of a problem. And after she hits level 20, the power spike is, of course, absolutely incredible. So there's now another argument being made for exactly that particular play. But then again, right now we have a bit more damage done at the bottom of the map. And you can see that earlier they weren't able to catch the entire thing. Mind Talk is able to survive, but not by much. And the next objective gets announced too. Kea is already rushing away here. But with the next shrine being announced, this is party time. And Jojo still hasn't made a choice yet. I would be surprised to see the shield. I think Leo should be able to hit his Tomb even without it. But if you want to follow up with Stukov, then yes, maybe that's the play that you want to make here. Question is always, who do you try and blow up? Damage output for Lunara is at 21,000, so she's literally doubling what Junkrat has provided so far. And there it is, the Falling Sword. Alright, Johanna is going to jump into that backline and is going to do her thing. But the red team has taken the lead. Yeah, there it is, the move into the backline, the Entomb. That was a sexy setup, but it's immediately shut down by a bunker. Hat survives and Tracer dies. That was an interesting battle. I like the engage. The Jojo jump as the Entomb comes out, but then they don't coordinate perfectly and they can't get a kill. Blaze was there with a bunker. Now Johanna dies too. That's 2 down already. Let's make it 3. It's a triple, baby. They're coming in. 5 kills to 1, and Inting for Ruby takes a big lead in this first map. Level 13 obviously helped them a lot during that fight as well. They had the talent advantage over the opponent, and now they're also looking at a pretty significant experience advantage just in general. With the Punisher that they are now locking in, they should be able to take that bottom fort now too. So the structural lead that they have will be extended even more. At least they should be able to pull that one off. There's a proper bait over the wall, I would suppose. Yep, there it is. But it is still a frozen Punisher. And these guys, they really, really hurt. It's pretty much an inbuilt Sylvanas that you have at this point. So the wall is already gone, and they can really drop the hammer on this one now. Or at least they should. You can already see it's dropping down to 50%. I don't think they can save that fort. And with the second outer structure gone, that is starting to be a bad sign for the blue team. Game number 1 in this best of 5 is, at least thus far, not looking great for them. It's a 2-level lead nearly that we see for Inting for Ruby, and that means that sooner rather than later they will have a level 16 talent advantage. They're even moving into the mid lane now in an attempt to get extra damage on the remaining fort, and they're getting quite a fair bit. This thing is already down by 30-40% HP, but here comes the counterplay again. Nice, the bunker always there, and this time it's Leo that dies. Leoric is down. They're going for the kill on Malfurion though, and Bird Boy is dead. Couple of feathers is all that's left here, and Baby Houdini gets body blocked, so it seems like we're going to get a second kill for the team. Limu wants to secure it, and he does. Nicely done. Alright, they haven't given up yet, but the experience gap, it is just a bit too much. Level 16, I mean, look how close this is. It's such a small experience. Oh, that was kind of nice. Yeah, where's your falling sword now, Jojo, huh? Where's your falling sword when you need it? 13 seconds? I'm sorry, but that's just not happening. The counter kill, on the other hand, if Limo gets that one, nice! Oh my god! And Nubarak dies. Lunara blows the beetle up. The bug is down. Well done. Oh, that would have been so frustrating. Great play from Tracer, and then Nubarak survives with more or less negative hit points. So thank god for them. They were able to get that kill there. Lunara comes in and goes full Bambi on them. And now they're catching up. They're actually catching up with all the kills that they just got. They were able to close the experience gap a bit more. And now they have a level 16 talent for the next fight. So gotta give them some credit here. They were able to close that gap. Now Nubarak has his epic enter. Blizzard really needs to fix that typo. There's a space missing between the two words, and they haven't introduced it in a long time. So yeah, he's going to epically enter the opponent's backline to set up some kills. And now we are obviously going to see if he can hit that properly. I mean, if you're going for the Burridge Charge and the epicenter connects properly, then you can follow that up with Malfurion, you can follow it up with Junkrat, with Greymane, and you can do tons of work there. But anyways, we see Royal Focus in the combo with Ominous Wraith. And, well, at the top lane, once that the objective is up, this is going to be a pretty important battle. Because it is the best chance for the blue team to bring this back slowly. Now, they closed the experience lead significantly, but they're still well behind in structures, and in the mid lane, they're sooner rather than later also going to lose the fort here. I mean, there's not even a fountain left, and once these camps are taken, this is going to be a bigger problem. Yeah, Tracer's realizing very quickly that this is not a fight that she wants to take on. But top lane, yeah, that could be a keep if Inting for Ruby takes it. Then again, if Team Name Change is able to lock themselves a Punisher in, then they have an opportunity to slowly bring this back, take a fort down. And yeah, maybe have a proper fight here. That being said, seems like Bambi doesn't have a chance here. Yep. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I don't even know why they're cocooning Leo here, but Bambi down at this point, that's a problem. But, hello? Malfurion is also dead. So all of a sudden, this turns into a fairly even fight. The support gone is a huge problem for Inting. Main damage dealer for the blue team, obviously, has also not survived any of this. Tracer getting chased by Blaze is kind of funny. I don't know why. But, yeah, Blaze is not someone that should be able to catch Tracer. As it stands, though, the only one that has fun in that battle is apparently Junkrat. He's still laughing. But they're going for Jojo, and off is surviving here. The bunker is up. Greymane is able to survive, and the jet propulsion doesn't hit anything. But Anubara comes in with a stun. Leo is also low, and we have a battle on our hands. But now, with that Entomb, that's going to be the end of Blaze. He's dead as well. 18 to 18, 6 kills to 8, and the objective just now popping up. We got a game on our hands all of a sudden. It looked like a beatdown at the beginning of the game, but right now they are doing work here. Absolute work. So, yep. 18 versus 18, and maybe an opportunity for Team Name Change to bring this game back. They go again for Mind Talk, and honestly, Tracer is really the one making most of the plays. I mean, it's not only her, don't get me wrong, the team is working together real nicely. Earlier that was pretty evident, but Lunara was able to secure a kill that Tracer set up for her. But it is pretty impressive. Oh my god. He went all the way to the keep. Stukov with a big shove. Get the fuck out of my team fight. That guy didn't stand a chance. So yeah, Bird Boy flew away. He's back now. But they still have to wait for Blaze if they want to have an even battle here. And I don't think they got enough time for this. It's 19 versus 19 right now. So yeah, not too shabby. No, but Tracer really, I mean, she's hunting them down. She's hunting them down the entire time and has now multiple times taken out key players on the other side. Her getting the kill on Malfurion was absolutely crucial. After they lost Lunara, if Limo doesn't come in with Tracer and takes Malfurion out, that is not only an objective that they're gonna lose, but that could be also a disastrous team fight if they're forced into it. So nicely done by her, gets the kill when it's needed. Top side, that fort, they can kiss that one goodbye. But the blue team is getting a bit more greedy than that. They don't only want fort number 1, they're moving into the mid lane to take another one down as well. So there it is. 2 forts about to be eliminated. Lunara is dealing with the bot lane and soaks the additional experience here. And with that, they should be able to catch up on level 20 very, very quickly. The Storm Talent will be available a little bit sooner for Inting for Ruby. But then after that, yeah, they take even the 3rd one down. And all of a sudden, guys, they are ahead in structures. All of a sudden, they are ahead in structures. Nice. Yeah, well done. Yeah, now we got level 20 obviously in, as already highlighted a little bit earlier. With that in mind, here comes, first of all, the rewind. We got the fortified bunker, both with 20 cooldown reduction for Jojo. And she's already starting to jump in. The fortified bunker gets blown to pieces in seconds. And Tomb upgraded as well. And there's the big play by the blue team. And they get the kill. Tracer again locking down Blaze and murdering here. And Jojo just jumping time and time again whenever the cooldown is ready. The CDR is fantastic for her this late in the game. And they are chasing them out. Right now, Inting for Ruby just hoping to not lose a second hero. And the blue team has completely taken control of this late game. They are the ones getting the kills now. They are the ones making the pressure plays. They sneak some of these camps in, and now they're moving into the middle, working on that wall a bit, as Blaze is still dead. So they're using that time window. And I'm impressed. It looked for a long time as if they would just get their butt kicked here, but nope, they always try to fight back, and when it really mattered at the fight at the top, they were able to pull it off. Another great Entomb over the wall, and Tracer connects the ult. Down goes Greymade, and she also kills Malfurion. Well done. Easy double kill for them. Anubarak trying to save himself here, but he's also in trouble, and Tracer is following all of this. Lunara helps with the kill. Limu is making his way slowly out of the fight. They're going for keep number 1. The Riptide doesn't dissuade them either. Casper immediately made a play for Mind Talk once that he started his ult, but they even go for the core here. Oh boy, that turned quickly. Inting for Ruby, they had a great start in game number 1, but well, as it turns out, it just wasn't enough apparently. Team name change, turning the game on them, and now looking for victory in game number 1, attacking the core. The shield is already gone. The bunker is back out, but there's only 2 defenders, and that's just not going to be enough. They're playing around the bunker as best they can. Now, Lima is a little bit low. They got to be careful here. They might still lose a few of their heroes, but with only 30% remaining on the core, there's just no doubt. Team name change locks in the victory in game number 1. They take Infernal Shrines and therefore the lead in the best of 5. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, team name change against Inting for Ruby. And we stay with the Diablo theme, but we move on to Battlefield of Eternity. So, on the left side, team name change. They turned the game around. Pretty impressive. That was actually very well done. We got Casper on Urel. We got Kea on Ana. Limu on Tracer. Lopaka playing Liming. And Off is playing Varian. The dumb jokes that you can with this one. I mean, Off is playing a really important hero for this composition. I really just hope that nobody on the red team is flipping his off switch. Inting for Ruby, on the other hand, with Nox on Stukov. We got Mind Talk on Medivh, Fish on Murden, Hat on Hanzo, and it's Arthur's time, everybody. We got Arthur's in the house. So yeah, super happy with that, because we usually don't get to see him a whole lot. Doesn't really have the mobility that you normally need these days. And I'm honestly, maybe if you see him, sometimes, you know, you get him against a Greymane, for example. But in this case, they're trying to play Arthas against Tracer. I guess the Death Coil will still hit there. But if the slows can help them to run maybe Varian down, then that would of course be kinda nice too. So the red team, in the attempt to turn things around here, can always use the Howling Blast to follow up on a Stormbolt as well. But it's already an interesting game. And of course, one of the things that Medivh brings to the table for the red team is to mitigate some of the disadvantages that Arthas has. Because as mentioned before, his problem is closing gaps in mobility in general. And that gets mitigated by the portals on Medivh's side. And they are starting off with a bang, don't they? They come in and take down Li Ming. So easy kill on her. Arthur's also with an auto attack build right now. I'm still a little bit salty that Blizzard doesn't buff that thing. So yeah, Frostborn Hungers, the Eternal Hunger right here. And if you stack that properly, you should have more of an impact on the Bruiser side of this game. But yeah, we'll see how far he can go with this. And also if he goes all in on the build, which I assume at this point. If they can get some auto attacks on Tracer whenever she dives in a bit too deep, that would be kind of neat. Tracer had a massive impact on the last game, obviously. Got some crucial kills here in all of these team fights. If they can control her with that a bit more, maybe lock her down with a Howling Blast, get a bit of Death Call action going, and also hit that auto attack, would be kind of neat. And they already go off to a good start, aren't they? Inting for Ruby, they're trying to go for the double play on the camp, and you know what? They're going to get both of them. So both of the camps in their hands. The early game is definitely once again theirs, but we've seen that happen in game number 1 already, and we all know that team name change changed the flow of the game very quickly in the mid game. Yeah, top side, a bit of damage against Mind Talk. We're going to keep our eye on him, of course. The stacks are going to be kind of important here. He's sitting at 5 stacks right now. Not really a whole lot just yet, but yeah, he's also losing control of the lane really quickly. Urel and Li Ming in tandem are just a bit too much for him to handle. Now the camps are both being taken right now. Red team is a bit faster on this one. And we got the level 4 abilities too. So yeah, there it is. There's the taunt right here. Yeah, always taunt on the higher level play. Anything else is just garbage. Thunderburn on the level 4, so we're gonna get the clap. And therefore healing static as a level 13 talent. Already. Yeah, no Stormbolt here. I mean, Arthas isn't around yet. There's nobody that could really follow up on any of this. But now that the Immortals are spawning in 5 seconds is of course the big question. Who locks in objective number 1? So yeah, we're gonna keep our eye on that. And also on Medivh, I want to see if he's able to get the stacks together before he dies. We have 9 stacks towards the baseline thus far. And this is really the moment when you're supposed to get a few more together, simply because that stalemate position that we're seeing between the two teams is going to be pretty important. Now, Arthas and his boys, they're already trying to defeat the bot lane. The shamans, and at the top Casper has pushed. That was a nice move. Just an easy push into tower range, and that coordinated absolutely perfectly around it. The halftime show goes to that is insanely close. Jesus, that's within 50 damage points. Yeah, but it is the red team that wins it, the halftime show. I mean, if you can actually call a winner at this point. But who takes the Immortal? That's the big question. And of course, Hanzo on the right side, he's already starting to chunk this down. And his level 4 in particular is just murdering here. Baby Houdini, spray game on point, moving out of the fight. Arthas needs a heal or a portal or something. They're trying to defend right now, but it's insanely close for the first objective. Muradin hopping in, hopping out, but they're retreating, and it seems like the blue team might just be able to get the first Immortal in the game. Yeah, Li Ming moving over to the left side. They need to burn this down quickly, and indeed they do. No chance for Hanzo to turn it around, so there it is. We got team name change with Immortal number 1 right here. Blue team, they're still fighting though. And Limo is looking for a kill. They're looking for Stukov in particular, but thanks to the portal of Medivh, is able to move back out here. No level 7 talents just yet, but they're gonna get locked in by both teams in a few seconds. And they're getting good. Oh, yeah, get wrecked. Li Ming not standing a chance here. And that is shutting their ambitions with Immortal number 1 down quite a bit, I'd say. So, first of all, we got the Icebound Fortitude in level 7 and give him the axe. But we also get, besides that, I suppose, Calamity. Please, Calamity. Victory Rush for our boy Varian. And there's the damage on Hat. But still, Hanzo is able to move out. Li Ming is now slowly moving back into the fight too. And goes for the standard level 7 talent here. 2 kills to 0 in favor of Inting for Ruby, but they lost the fountain and the wall at the bottom of the map. So, very even experience. Not a single kill for team name change. Not a whole lot of stacks, by the way, for Medivh either. He's only sitting at 12 stacks now. That's not a lot. Mindtalk is a bit slow on the stacking process. And that makes the entire game pretty dangerous for him. Once level 10 abilities are available on both sides, it's going to be much harder for Medivh to keep himself alive during these fights. If he gets targeted. And if Team Name Change sees an opportunity to take him down and steal those stacks, they will use it. So portals are there. That makes all of the plays, yeah, of course, possible. And they're starting to jump in again. It's a really close one. I like it. Game number 1, at least initially, looked like Inting for Ruby would walk away with an easy win. Turned on them. And the blue team locked in the first victory in the series. But now that we're on map number 2 here in Battlefield, it is an insanely close call. Arthurs is playing with the Space Goat up at the top, but down at the bot lane, damage is there, the pressure continues, and it seems like the blue team might even be able, if they apply a little bit more, to take that 4 down. If they can get a kill here with a good taunt from Varian, that would be a nightmare. Now, Li Ming obviously should always follow up on Varian's taunt here. They don't really... Oh, there it is! The taunt! And he gets out with the portal. Ooh, and a kill on Tracer. Hat for the second time delivering a kill here. Geometry. You know, he paid attention. He definitely paid attention in school. Like, when it comes to the geometry, he is absolutely on point here. Gets the saving shield, and there's another kill. Hanzo once again with another one. Yeah, he's beasting it right now. So good damage, good kills from Hanzo. They get their level 10 abilities. Couple of seconds before the opponent. No surprises here. Hanzo with the meme strike that we're seeing a little bit more often these days. So, yep, meme strike is in once again. Should get level 10 also for team name change in just another in a second. But the halftime show likely in favor of Inting for Ruby. So that's a pretty cool back and forth. But there's level 10. And so far they haven't done a lot of damage yet. Baby Houdini is the one up at the front, also providing vision, of course. Only one team with the camp. Team name change. They're going for the Shaman. Inting for Ruby hasn't taken theirs. They're focusing on the objective. They want to try and take the camp during the halftime show. But now the nano boosted Li Ming is definitely an option. Lopaka. Okay, here comes the army for Baby Houdini. And he's starting to chunk them down a bit. The 10 stacks that he has towards his level 1 talent help him. But there's Casper and the taunt and the kill. A little bit too much for Arthurs, and now Muradin is dead too. Oh boy. The ley line too late to save anyone here. Nano boosted Li Ming with a ton of damage output, and those were the first 2 kills for team name change. And it immediately puts them into the driver's seat. They get the 2 kills. They've already destroyed the 4 at the bot lane thanks to the Shaman camp and the catapult that is now pushing in. They can even do more damage. Top side, they're trying to pressure this too, and yeah, they are taking control of the game again. This is getting a bit bonkers. Inting for Ruby, I had them as the slight favorite for the series, but now they are really struggling. Game number 1 was already a problem, and now in game number 2, things are not really going their way either. But thanks to them moving for the fort, they open up an opportunity for Inting for Ruby to get the Immortal, and you know what? The red team just takes it. Now, they took the top fort down. So, congratulations, I guess. But they lost the Immortal. Now, this is not a big shield. And the red team is unlikely going to do more. I mean, the best thing that the red team can hope for is take the bottom fort out. That's the best thing. So, essentially, they're trading structures. There's still a slight advantage for team name change. But I don't really think that was necessary. They could have locked in that Immortal for sure and would have gotten the fort and probably more besides that. As it stands, they give Inting for Ruby a chance to bring this back. 17 stacks for Medivh, just saying. There's the ley line. Big ley line, by the way, but no follow-up. That meme strike was just a bit too late. Now, it buys them time, don't get me wrong. Forces everybody away, buys them a little bit of time, but that didn't even tickle anybody. We got 18 stacks for Medivh on the baseline, 19 stacks for Hanzo on his level 1. A few more for Arthur's now. Yeah, and everybody is starting to quickly come in here. Right. What else are we getting? Here comes the next quick play for Li Ming, and she's down. Easy peasy. There we go. Alright, what else are we gonna get? Yeah, Kea is also being chased down. That is quickly the end of Ana. And all of a sudden, we got Inting for Ruby taking the kills here. And likely also going to get Tracy. Yeah, Hanzo comes in and drops them once again. Nicely done. All right, good kills for them. And 7 kills to 2. So that strategy definitely backfired a bit for team name change. Now the fort has fallen, and it seems like they're not really satisfied with only killing the fort here. They want more than that, and they're making a play for the keep. Now, I don't think they can do the entire thing, unless they, of course, get kills here, but that seems unlikely. 24 stacks only for Medivh. They're already starting to fall back again. Both teams have now locked in the level 13 talents. That, of course, also provides Muradin in particular with a synergy that he needs for his level 4 talent. So now he has a lot more sustainability in big team fights with the clap. And yep, that's what he's going to get here. So a little bit of damage for them. 25,000 damage, by the way, for Hanzo. Yeah, he hasn't died yet. And he's gotten a lot of strong kills. So 4 deaths on Li Ming, that's definitely a bit of a problem. Yeah, Lopaka, he's trying to be aggressive whenever he gets nano boosted, but it just doesn't really work out for him. So yeah, that's more than a bit unfortunate. If Li Ming obviously gets those kills and then the resets, you can always try to drive the momentum a bit further, but currently that's just not happening. And Inting for Ruby is always focusing very heavily. We've seen that with Baby Houdini on his Arthurs, then whenever she makes a move, he's on her, and the rest of the team, of course, now too. The frontliners for the blue team haven't fallen yet either. But the next Immortal is spawning in 10, and this time the Shaman camps are getting taken earlier. There's no fort anymore remaining for Inting for Ruby. But the keep on the blue team side has taken some serious damage, so they gotta be careful with that. And let's see what they're gonna do here. Because right now we got 7 kills to 2. And they just try to race for the halftime show. And in this particular case, Inting for Ruby is a little bit faster. Yeah, they got a big lead here. 4,000 hit points in total. Li Ming is now dropping towards the top, trying to make sure that the lane is not taking too much damage. Bot lane, of course, is a problem for Inting for Ruby in the long run. You need to save their keep here, but here's the ley line. Dragon's Arrow, there we go. Now we're talking damage. Oh, yeah, that's a kill. That was nicely done. This time way better coordinated, but Medivh is dead too, and he loses all of his stacks. Yeah, sad moment for him, but Li Ming dies and the blue team is in disarray. The ult popped by Yrel. She's trying to get out here. Tracer is also just rushing away. Yrel has fallen. And it seems like the red team, like Inting for Ruby, is going to get another Immortal for themselves. 10 kills to 3 experience. Still very, very even here. But there it is. They lock it in. And now we have 18,000 points on that shield with Baby Houdini defending the bot lane for them, taking that Shaman down. And it's the top lane push that we are going to get a closer look at. Especially with the level 16 talent advantage, they should be able to make a play. Yrel also still down for another 8 seconds, so they can come in for that and try and make a move here. But yeah, here we go. We got Arthur's. Yeah, Arthur's actually speccing very heavily now into the Biting Cold and the Remorseless Winter, so it's all about the Frozen Tempest. Hasn't committed on a Howling Blast or anything else on level 1, but he's at 17 stacks now on that auto attack, and at least against Tracer and Li Ming, he's able to get some serious damage in. Yeah, there's the level 16 now. Could go for the arrow again. There's Hanzo, makes the play. Nano boosted Li Ming is again in trouble and has to retreat, and Tracer eats the entire damage output, but they get the kill on Medivh. Limu is on the run. Tracer and Li Ming, they ate a lot of damage. The Stormbolt connects too. The fort is already gone. It's a 5 versus 4, but they're still fighting it. They got everybody low, and they're looking for the kill. They can't find it right now, but the meme strike of Hanzo is getting a lot of value in these encounters now. The first one was absolutely abysmal. He didn't hit anything, zoned them away from the fort a bit. That's all that he could accomplish. But now those things are way more on point, following up on Medivh, who died again. So he is very... I mean, he's not going to complete that level, that baseline quest. It's just not happening. So that's quite unfortunate. He was also very, very slow at stacking it. But these ley lines that he's been dropping, they were the perfect setup for Hanzo time and time again to get some good damage out. So yeah, nicely done. With a move down to the bottom now, we have them also go for the camps again. The blue team has done the same thing up at the top. So team name change, they still haven't given up on this. And both teams have lost all of their forts. So this is still insanely even. It's kind of surprising if you look at the kill count though. If you look at experience on the other hand, there's still a lead in passive experience for team name change because they got the early structure kills. And they're also heavily ahead in some other aspects. Once again, Ana in the back here has trouble. And she's able to get out. She's able to get away, and instead it's a double kill against the red team's front line. It's happening again, guys. It's happening again. The late game. Team name change. They're making the plays here. 6 kills to 10. They get a double kill. The front line is gone. And now team name change is on their way to take the keep down. Casper jumping into the side with only 3 defenders. This is a bad spot for Inting for Ruby to be in. Hat gets attacked and gets killed too. That keep doesn't stand a chance anymore. The catapult driver is drunk and is stuck in traffic apparently. Yeah, those bloody Khazras, they never really go all the way. So he's stuck in the back. But I've seen this before. I mean, they're doing the same thing again, aren't they? They go for the core here. Here comes the taunt. They want the kill. They make a play for Nox. There's the ley line. Can they defend? They should be able to defend, honestly. They should be able to defend it now, and they go for Granny, and Ana is getting punished for frontlining it hard on this one. But another kill comes through, and this time it's Medivh that bites the dust again. He goes down to 11 kills to 8. Bot lane, by the way, heavily attacking now the keep down here. I don't think it's going to fall. Yeah, well, apparently some of the red team's catapult drivers are also drunk. That one doesn't do anything either. And the blue team is realizing now that they should probably fall back and deal with that bot lane situation. Now, the core hasn't taken any damage, but of course it's exposed now since the keep was destroyed. But it is a bit of a crazy one. And the Immortals are up again. Immortals are back up on the map. And with half a level missing until they hit their level 20, team name change is very determined to lock in the objective, get their level 20, push the bot lane, and finish this game and take the 2-0 lead. And that would, of course, be pretty bad for Inting for Ruby. If you have to reverse sweep this, I mean, good luck with that. The only ones that haven't died in this game are Varian and Stukov. Everybody else has at least died once. Li Ming died 5 times already. And, well, talking about Li Ming, there she is with the kill. They take Hanzo down, and that's another big move against Inting for Ruby. Level 20 any second now. Muradin wasn't even here. Hanzo got killed while Muradin wasn't even around, so they fought a 4 versus 5 here. Top lane is now pressured. That Immortal is going to have 100% shield if they are following through now. There's the ley line. They need kills. They need them quickly. But Hanzo isn't even here. The Storm Bolt! Oh, they can't take Tracer down. Tracer might even die to the minion wave, but no, she doesn't. And Li Ming is just popping heroes on the red team side. First, she takes down Medivh. Then she drops Arthur's. And this should be game. 12 kills to 11. They've even taken over on the kill count. Team name change, everybody. Absolutely brutal what they're doing here. They've fallen behind twice in the game, and now they are just playing better and better, and Inting for Ruby has some serious issues here. Their top lane pressured. The Shaman camp is now about to be defeated. Already we have the catapults taken apart. At the bottom of the map, the wall is open up. There's a huge Immortal that's coming through here. 100% shield on it. That alone should end the game. 19 minutes in. I mean, are you kidding me? There's another 13 seconds and 17 seconds until Medivh and Arthurs are back to business. And there's just no way that Inting for Ruby holds this. There is no way. This is just not happening. They would need to 5-man wipe like in such a short time frame and then try and defend against the Immortal. There is just absolutely no chance of defending this. This isn't happening. This is going to be the 2-0 right here at the best of 5. And that is bad news for Inting for Ruby. They're trying to fight this, as you can see. They're trying their best, but the shield is already falling. There's still no level 20. Down goes Murden. He's gone. And oh boy, Baby Houdini gets chased. It's about to fall too. Tracer has at least been eliminated, but that core is falling, and it's falling quickly. Arthas dies, so does Hanzo. And the hopes and dreams of Inting for Ruby to tie the series here, they are gone as well. Nice victory, team name change with a very comfortable lead now, a 2-0 lead in the best of 5 series in the losers bracket of the X Cup Fall. Nicely done, the blue team, they lock in the victory on Battlefield of Eternity. Game number 3. Well, Inting for Ruby is in trouble, everybody. They are down 2 maps and now have to win 3 in a row to make it to the next round of the tournament. That is, yeah, a pretty tall order. Now, we are on an interesting map, though. We are on the biggest map in the pool right now. We're on Garden of Terror. We got Casper on Dehaka on the left side, Off on Johanna, Kea on Whitemane, and we have Lopaka on Sylvanas and Limu on Vala. So Vala gets played with an auto-attack build and the Gambit component of her quest without a second support that is typical for a Vala composition these days. Whereas on the right side of the map, Inting for Ruby decided to go with Mindhawk's Carrigan. We also have Fat Illidan in the lineup with Baby Houdini on Chen. Nox on Brightwing, Falstad gets played by Hat, and we got Fish on Teriel. And this is another one of those examples where I really would... Oh my god. Hello, team? Careful, Vala. That was nearly a kill of Vala, and her already losing a Gambit stack just at the beginning of the game, that would have been a bit of a disaster. Now, a lot of globals here, particularly on the side of Inting for Ruby, but I see that false set and I see Teriel, and my first question is, did they actually try to go for a backdoor strategy? Because I've been talking about this in the past. They've played against a lot of the top teams with Morales, with Teriel, and with Falset just trying to go for a backdoor strategy. And pretty much it doesn't really work out for them, even though oftentimes they found themselves heavily ahead, because they only tried against some of the best teams in Heroes of the Storm Europe right now, and those guys are just too good. But even those were looking several times if they would lose the game. So I think if they can actually do it, like execute it a bit better, they can even win those games. But I said from the beginning then, guys, try this shit against someone that is more on your level, and that just doesn't completely outclass you, and I'm pretty sure that he can pull it off. So when I see something like Teriel and Falstad in the draft, I really want to know if they were trying to go for that draft or not. Because obviously what they still have here makes sense. They have Teriel with Carrigan, so the Sanctification can really help her to go a lot deeper. Falstad and Brightwing can play the globals on a very, very big map. And you then have Chen, who can also jump in with Carrigan, with Teriel, benefit from the Sanctification, and really make some plays there. So it's not necessarily that they were trying to go into a backdoor strategy here, but I would love to see them execute that at some point against a team like Team Name Change, like Team Order, or so many others that we have in this tournament. So right now, we got level 4 talents kicking in. Obviously, we're going to keep an eye on Vala and see how often she is dying in this game. Because, well, the question is still, is she going to lose her Gambit stacks, yes or no? Is she able to properly stack? This time no Tracer for Limu. I can only assume the Tracer was banned. After Tracer playing such a crucial role in both of the wins for Team Name Change on map 1 and 2, I can only assume that this time Inting for Ruby just said, alright, let's get the cavalry out of here. That's not going to be a part of this. But now they play that double wombo with, well, Vala and with Sylvanas. And it's all a question of whether or not Limu can stay alive or not. Is he going to lose Gambit stacks? Yes or no? I mean, for now, they are murdering the top lane. They're doing a lot of damage here, thanks to Sylvanas, of course. And they're also making a play for the fish on Teriel. But careful, Brightwing helping out, and look who's coming. It's Mindtalk looking for the combo. Limu is turning it around on Mindtalk, and they get the kill. Carrigan is dead, but Tracer, how is he still alive? Not Tracer, sorry, the Tracer player from the first 2 games. He's keeping his Vala alive somehow. But this was now 3 times in a row, I believe, that Vala nearly died. And somehow she always made it out. And even gets the kill on Tyrael here. So we have 48 stacks on the level 1 talent. And Team Name Change is crushing this top lane. 2 kills to 0. A lot of good damage. An early level 7. Fat Illidan has now taken at least the first tribute. Or like seed or whatever it's called on this map. So, yeah, on Tomb of the Garden Curse, they're doing their thing. Trying to get those Web Weavers. Garden Terrors. And yeah, Limo is somehow still alive. Running out of mana though, but he gets the first quest reward here with the 50 stacks that he has. But, oh boy, this is interesting. He was so close to dying. Twice already. But I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? If you still survive, then it's all good. So, right now, there's no problem for them. We got level 7 on both sides. This is way too early to call, but the pressure right now is being executed by the blue team, that's for sure. So obviously we got the hot pursuit now for Vala. She has that. We got top side, Off and Fish, they're doing their thing right now. A little bit of a tank dance. Nobody's gonna die there anytime soon, but at least with the camp that has been claimed by Inting for Ruby, they have more pressure through the top lane, so that's good for them. Whereas down at the bottom of the map, Baby Houdini up against Dehaka here. Similar situation for the two. So, yep, here comes the plays, trying to take all of this down. Brightwing is dealing with the Siege Giants at the same time, and here comes the next seed. There's nearly a level lead now for Team Name Change. They definitely capitalized on that early aggression and the 2 kills that they got here. Can they lock in the objective then again? Now, and keep the globals in mind, this is a huge map. So, Falstad, having him at the bot lane is important, but Brightwing is dead, the fruit flies down. Guys, this is really bad news. This is really bad news for Inting for Ruby. They're getting absolutely crushed here. I mean, that is 3 heroes down now all of a sudden. And Team Name Change is absolutely murdering the red team. That's 5 kills to 0, an early level 10. Yeah. Adaptation, by the way, on level 10 for Dehaka. So he's going full tank mode, but if you are 0-2 behind, this is not how you want to start into game number 3 of the best of 5. They're in a really bad spot. Inting for Ruby, that is. If they can bring it back with level 10 and some good synergy plays here, then yeah, maybe. But there's the arrow and there's the solo kill. Lopaka, Falsett obviously, doesn't see Sylvanas since she's still behind the wall. The arrow hits him without him having any chance to react. And then it's an easy solo kill. Sylvanas with the quick blow up, they are falling apart here. At least up to now. Now they have level 10. If they are not able to sync up some decent plays now, then this game is going to be over, and so will be the run in this tournament for Inting for Ruby. The combo of Carrigan doesn't do anything. And yes, Jojo with the engage attempt. Here comes Tyrael, though, can come in with that sanctification if they need it. Some top kick plays as they're trying to go for an isolation. Casper with the adaptation, they're trying to go for the kill, but Dehaka is still fine, and Carrigan misses another combo. There's the Sank though, and that saves her ass. They're trying to make the play for Kea. Mana is low on white main too, and that's the kill. And they're actually starting to isolate some heroes here. They get a kill, but they also lose Carrigan, and Vala is still stacking. Vala is stacking, but finally there's a kill against her. This time nobody saved Limu, so now that's 1 Gambit stack already gone, and they're still hoping to kill Dehaka, which just doesn't happen apparently. Casper is making it out with 300 hit points. Off with his Johanna, helping out of course too. And Sylvanas in the meantime is going full specialist on us. I'm helping! I'm helping! Have you seen my siege damage? Just solo pushing the bot lane. So yeah, Lopaka in this case is saying, guys, I'm getting value here. You just don't die and I get value. But, oh, not again. I mean, how pissed are you if you're the bird? You get soloed twice by Sylvanas. So, Sylv sits there, gets the 4, then Falsett comes in with 2 other people and says, guys, I got this. And Sylvanas just says like, well, I can kill you again, no problem, let's do this. So Sylvanas gets murdered. Falsett gets murdered by Sylvanas, trades at least her own life for a kill. 8 kills to 3 now, but if I'm the bird, then I'm a little bit pissed now. So, Het can't be happy about any of this. Head is now sitting, and his team is not going to be happy about that either. They're all sitting there and they're like, dude, are you serious? Are you for real? So yeah, that Wailing Arrow just shuts down any play that he has. The damage output is there. Team name change with 8 kills to 3 now. But it's level 13 to 13. Now 2 forts are gone, and both of them on the side of Inting for Ruby. And the seed count is also better for team name change. So they have all the cards in their hands. Limo and Vala lost 5% attack speed though. He died once, so 1 Gambit stack is gone. That's 5% attack speed that he's now missing. And with that, we have another seed spawning, and this is one that Inting for Ruby has to play for. But they get now the volatile power over here on 13 and the Law and Order. And yep, off we go. I never really watched the show. Law and Order is one of the most popular ones as far as I know. I never really watched it. I don't know, I tried I think twice and I felt it was like weird. So yeah, I don't know which one to watch there too. There's like 50 of them. They have like 1 Law and Order for every single city in the US, it feels like. So there's so much of that. And I don't know which one to start with. So yeah, that was always a little bit weird to me. By the way, The Wire is still the best show on TV. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure that you do. Expanse, another good one. And just to make sure that we settle this once and for all, The Wire is definitely better than The Sopranos. By a lot. Anyways, Sopranos is not bad, by the way, but just not as good as The Wire. Not even close. Now, Sylvanas down. That's huge. That's a lot of the damage gone. That's a great start into the fight, and this is an important one. Because if the blue team locks in the tribute or the thingy, then we're gonna get the objective for the team. But there's Vala dying again, and that's the second Gambit spot gone. So that's 2 gone all of a sudden. And, well, with 3 heroes down and Vala dying twice, that means she misses out on 10% attack speed. So this is starting to look a little bit better for Inting for Ruby. They still are the team that has lost 2 forts here, but with 6 kills to 8, they have taken the lead in experience, and they have now 2 seeds as well. So, yep, there we go. That is a good start of the comeback. I say start of the comeback because thanks to the 2 forts that were destroyed by the blue team, team name change is still ahead. There's just no denying that. Yes, in experience, there might be a small lead for Inting for Ruby, but that's not going to be enough. They need more than that. The passive experience alone is going to bring them back to business in no time. So the red team has to do a lot more if they really want to take control of this again. Seed is spawning, and I guess that's going to tell us where this game is headed. Because we could see a very quick loss here for the red team, and then a 3-0 victory for team name change, or maybe the beginning of a comeback. Either way, Inting for Ruby needs to do some work now. There's the chance with level 16 talents to go for the objective and get those Garden Terrors. Every time I want to say Web Weavers. I swear to God, every single time I'm sitting there, I'm like, yeah, they get the third one. The third one, and then they get the Web Weavers. But yeah, nah, Garden Terrors. Garden Terrors. Guys, fun new mechanics on this map. Totally not recycled. So, well, let's see. This one is going to be important. And Vala is already starting to slowly burn this down. Vala now is Manticore. Yeah, level 16, that's Manticore. And look at Sylvanas. She actually jumps across the lanes again, has gotten a little bit of value there and went for the fort in the middle. But here come the Web Weavers, the Garden Terrors. The blue team has them, but they're losing the Haka. So now the objective is up, but it's only a 4 versus 5. So Inting for Ruby decided that they wanted to make sure that Sylvanas can't push too hard here. But by the way, Sylv doesn't give a shit about this game. She's just going for PvE. Sylvanas has a PhD in PvE, and she is using it. Come on, Hat. Are you for fucking real? 3 times in a row? Have you not learned your lesson yet? Sylvanas is just gonna farm him every day. Falstad is dead again, and seriously, here comes Lopaka. That's the end of the keep, and oh boy, are they suffering now. Sylvanas, she is just going for the PvE plays all day, every day. Hero damage? Fuck that shit. I'm taking keep downs, baby. All day, every day. Sylvanas has still, by the way, top damage in hero as well. Most of it, rumor has it, against Falstad. Yeah, she likes chicken. She likes chicken. Those chicken McNuggets, whew, crispy. So yeah, the bird is down once again. 3 kills against Falstad, all 3 kills by Sylvanas. 18 versus 17, 9 kills against 8. 1 keep is already down. Hat Hey, dude. That's a report right there. That's 100% a report. So, yeah. The bird is in trouble. And obviously, Vala is now also starting to do way more damage. Yes, she lost 10% attack speed. That's a problem. But she also is sitting at 144 stacks and has Manticore. So, they need to kill her a little bit further to really mitigate all of that. They are still in experience range, though. Despite all of the structures that were lost by Inting for Ruby, they are still on level 18, same as Team Name Change. And the experience and how it comes... Oh, that's a kill, isn't it? Yeah! Kill number 3 against Vala. That's 15% attack speed gone. Alright, now we're talking. They are definitely making sure that Vala is not going to have that massive impact in the late game. This, on the other hand, is just a meme. Sylvanas at this point is just saying, guys, I don't care about this game at all. Team fights? What are team fights? I'm taking structures down. You kill the core, you win the game. Isn't that how it works? I'm gonna do that all day, every day. And Johanna dies at the top. So, while Sylv is pushing, Jojo dies, and let's not forget that there's still 2 seats in the hands of Inting for Ruby. So once that they're getting this one, we're gonna get Garden Terrors for the red team. Sylvanas has in the meantime just said, okay, I'm going to continue Red Dota style and going to go down to the bot lane now for another keep. Chen is the one to deal with it. Yeah, here come the Garden Terrors too. But yeah, they are just absolutely pushing these lanes now in an attempt to take those keeps down. But I think this time he misplayed it a bit. There's the kill attempt on Brightwing. I like it. I like it. That's sassy. That is real sassy here. I like it. But it didn't work out. Not this time. They killed the Haka, so now all of a sudden we have 12 kills to 9. They got level... Guys, they got also level... sorry, to 19. 12 kills to 9 and 20 to 19. But we also have level 20 talents now on that board. And that gives us the Assimilation Blades. And this is an interesting situation now, because they lost too many heroes. They lost too many heroes. Sylvanas Leaka are still dead. Vala is having the problem that she doesn't have the impact anymore with the auto attacks because she lost 15% of her attack speed. 2 forts have been destroyed. The keep goes down, and Inting for Ruby is all of a sudden gaining momentum here. They jump on the keep. They have Tyrael. They could just simply go for the game here. Pop the Sanctification, which they are still holding, creating a little bit more space here. There's the Sank already, and the core is falling. That's just going to end this. Team Name Change dominated this completely, but Inting for Ruby is making the play at the end and is locking in the victory on map number 3, wins Garden of Terror, and puts a first point onto the scoreboard. GG. Yeah, well played. Well, Inting for Ruby is back. Team name change with 2 on the board, but Inting for Ruby won their first map. Garden of Terror. It was an interesting journey, I gotta say. So, yeah, very good decision making there at the end, and obviously they snowballed the attack hard. Now we find ourselves on Tomb of the Spider Queen with Casper on Rexa. We got Lopaka on Hanzo, off on Johanna. Limo is playing Genji, and Kea is playing Anduin. And on the right side, Inting for Ruby with Nox on Stukov, Fish on Leo, Mind Talk on Maiev. Yeah, they played this before. Leo, Maiev, and Malthael. The triple frontline, no real tank. Leo doubling as the real tank here. We got Hat on Lunara. And yeah, they made the first step. They started the comeback, but they still have to win 2 more maps if they want to advance to the next round here. And that's obviously going to be pretty difficult. So, we got the low blow on level 1. And wave clear reigns supreme, obviously, on Tomb of the Spider Queen. Genji with Anduin, it's going to be a light bomb play. We already know that. So that is for the backline, or could be tricky for Lunara in the backline there. Once level 10 hits, that's definitely going to be made. But I want to see what exactly Hanzo takes. Are we going to get the arrow or the meme strike? Well, first of all, he might actually die here. Get saved by Kea, who pulls him out. Yeah, that trade was kind of important here. That's the cool thing about Anduin. He can always get you out of a tricky situation. And against Leoric in particular, he's going to shine. So once that Leo starts to drop the entombs here, Anduin will be crucial to get the target out of it. Especially once that level 16 kicks in for Anduin and he has a double pull. That's going to be more important for them. But yeah, we're going to keep an eye on that too. So at the bottom of the map, Mind Talk with Maiev is playing against Casper. And Limo is helping out. And that's a kill. Maiev goes down. Easy kill. Genji, of course, pretty nice when you have him on a map where the lanes are so close together, because he can easily move between the lanes and start to gank up on opponents. Having that mobility really helps with that, and Maiev experienced that firsthand as the rest of the red team was trying to go for the bruiser camp. And that will still serve them well, so they can push the mid lane now. But they apparently decide that they want to instead just gather a couple more gems, push out the minion lanes, and maybe move down to the bottom here. Drain connected, Genji is already moving away. And finally a little bit of action here in the middle. But they're not really making a big play for those towers. I honestly think they could have used that camp a bit better than they did here. But they're still pushing at the top with Lunara, and it seems like you might see Fish fall too. If Fish gets healed, and the Fish goes down. The gems are still up for grabs though, and there's a counter kill potentially. Anduin, nah, he does what he does best. Careful, heal, there we go. Malthael, on the other hand, gets soloed at the bot lane by Rexa, the man with a mask. I'm Batman. Yeah, Rexa wishes that he's Batman. That would make Misha Robin, by the way. Yeah, if he's Batman, Misha's Robin. I mean, he has the mask to prove it, and the voice as well, but still. If anything, Rexa is the sidekick, just saying. So, yeah. Also goes into the Hunter-Gatherer over here. But we got the kills in, so 3 kills to 0. Nearly a level 6 on the board now for team name change, but they're going for Rexa! And he gets pulled out and is able to get away. Anduin with a plays, and Leo dies as a swift strike of Genji drops him hard. That's the reset. They go for Mind Talk. And Maiev gets out. Genji, on the other hand, he needed healing and he didn't get it. So, yep. That's an easy kill here. And the first one, by the way, for Inting for Ruby, as Genji just went a little bit too deep. Yeah, typical Genji syndrome. But obviously it worked in the past for him in this game, so yeah, can't really fault him for that. Level 4, we got the Ghastly Reach now on Leoric. Went into the Consume Vitality on level 1. So this time we don't get Kneel Peasants. Still on level 7. Both teams can pretty much turn in... not quite. I mean, Inting for Ruby is missing 5. But the blue team has already enough gems in their hands so that they could get the first Web Weaver wave here. Level 7 talents are also available for them. The Desperate Prayer is in. Yeah, Anduin. Choking Pollen for Lunara now that Inting for Ruby also gets their level 7. And after the low blow, we have the Growing Infestation once more. Fish ghosting out, but they could now get the first Web Weavers here. Yeah, they're gonna deliver quite a lot. And nobody's interrupting this at all. So that's 48 gems delivered. They're only 2 short. We got 10 stacks also for Johanna, who's obviously trying to play around the Laws of Hope here. Rotating between the lanes, trying to get some additional globes together for her level 1. And the Fish is in trouble again. Well, that is kill number 5. Team name change. Someone pointed out earlier that so far, every single time in this series, a team was leading early on in the game, they later on lost the map. So if that little tidbit holds true, then team name change is in real trouble. Because they got 5 kills to 1, they lead by half a level, and they got the first objective. So yeah, if the trend continues here, then the blue team is in real trouble in this 4th game of the series. Now, Ending for Ruby, they of course have to face the music now. And we'll see what they can do now to defend this. Yeah, kill in the mid lane will of course be kind of nice, but no. Lopaka has 28 gems. 28 gems on Hanzo, he's a bit of a squishy one, so they gotta be careful with him. But that's nearly a second turn in for them. Considering that the rest of the team is obviously picking a few more up too. Malthael, the aspect of death, once again with a lot of dying. So yeah, he's down and they broke through the wall. Hanzo jumped over and got the kill apparently. He doesn't die. They're half a level away from level 10 and that makes matters even worse now for team name change. So they are trying to end this one quickly. They're probably a bit upset that they lost on the last map, and I can absolutely understand that. They were pretty much controlling the game for the longest period of time. But then Inting for Ruby made that one play towards the end and was able to snowball that hard. And of course, team name change, staggering a couple of deaths didn't really help the situation either. But now the blue team seems to be very eager to end this as quickly as they can. And thanks to their level 10, they could snowball this very heavily. But instead of turning in, they're actually going for the boss here. Alright, did not really expect that to happen. And I'm not sure if that's the smartest play, because level 10 is not that far away. A turn-in might have been a bit easier for them. So right now, boss gets attacked. Level 10 is there. This is an even fight. Guys, this could backfire. This is the OG throw pit right there. Misha is already dead. And they want the kill. Do they go for the boss? They don't steal it. Here comes the engage on the other hand into the back line. And they're trying to take down Nox Stukov. They can't, but the fight continues. There's the disc against Jojo. And it is party time. The follow-up is there. And there's the kill. The main tank gone. 6 kills to 2. Inting for Ruby. Not only making sure that the boss does not get taken by team name change, but also get the kill on Jojo and can now try to turn in, which indeed they do. They lock it in with Leo. Red Web Weavers are going to be descending. Hanzo's already down at the bottom of the map. By now, 33 gems for him. Yeah, make it 36. If he dies, that would be such a huge deal. Inting for Ruby would take a massive step towards a potential victory if they can just drop him and deny the gems to the team. But they can also take the lead now with the first objective that they're running here. The Web Weavers are already touching ground. Initially, of course, it was the blue team that was able to pressure and take a fort down. So now they need to try and turn things around. Mid lane is soon going to get defended. Oh, there's the jump out as Jojo realizes that she might be in trouble. Good poke from Hat, of course. He has the Thornwood Vines and can poke from a distance. Yeah, but they only get the wall here. They're trying to get a little bit more in the middle of the map. And hello, there's the Entomb. And the win is nowhere to be seen. Hanzo got the arrow connected, but Raxa is still down and the gems are lost. And that might just be the end of Johanna too. There's the follow-up. Jojo's down. Easy double kill against the front line. Inting for Ruby, ladies and gentlemen. They're inting for gems at this point, and they are getting a huge amount of momentum in this game. Not only are they half a level ahead now, they take down the fort in the mid lane, and the Web Weavers are already pressuring the bot lane too. So the fountain is gone, and it seems like this fort is maybe surviving. But if it does, then it will survive barely. So yeah, there's a potential turn-in now. Someone needs to guard the bottom, though. 42 gems follow Parker's Hanzo. 42! But yeah, they're turning in here in the middle. Or at least they're trying to. They find a kill opportunity and they go for Rexa. And he is dead again. Team name change. They're starting to struggle a bit. Good start into the 4th map. And now they're losing control here. Up against the talent advantage on the red team, and the red Web Weavers get unleashed once more. So with 5 kills to 6 and a level 13 talent to boot, all of a sudden, Inting for Ruby has a bit of a chance here. Uh-oh, uh-oh. If Leo would have realized what was happening there. He didn't have vision initially, but if he would have moved in just half a second sooner than that, they could have contested the camp too. Now the camp gets blown to pieces within seconds. But yeah, that was clutch. That was really, really clutch here. So now we got the top side attacked. Fort is going to go down. Another Entomb, but this time Anduin is present. So Anduin can, again, use the trade. Once level 16 is finally ready for them, this is going to be so much easier. But now dealing with Leos and Tombs is always a cooldown question. But well, off we go. 6 kills to 5, level 13 to level 14. Web Weavers at the bot lane are, of course, eventually going to take down the fort here. That is not even a question, because no one is trying to defend bot side. Oh, that arrow went far and wide. Anduin with a light bomb on Genji, and that didn't work out, because Maiev dropped the disc pretty quickly on him. And here comes Malthael. Our boy is doing some work, and look at that, Stukov. Perfect control of the choke point here. They are suffering a lot, especially that poke damage from Lunara. Oh, he catches 2! They catch 3 with it! And they get all 3 kills. Damn, son. That was sexy. Sexy enough for a replay. Check this one out. Check this Entomb out. He catches 3 with 1 Entomb. Even off on his Johanna was blocked. Couldn't escape, and they get 3 kills out of this. That allows them to move down to the bot lane, break through the wall, and make a play right away for the keep. And guys, they are on level 16 in just a few seconds. What a sick play from Leo. Fish definitely making up for some of those early game deaths, and such a huge momentum swing in this game now. 8 kills, 2-6, and with a talent lead, he's turning in. Yeah. 51, finally delivered. Okay, he's happy that he got rid of those. They don't have enough for a turn-in yet, but they could go for the boss if they really wanted. With level 16, they got the Crushing Hope. We also have them on the Vengeful Knives. And yeah, so far so good. But the blue team is solidifying the turn-in. Yeah, blue web weavers are going to be descending. So now finally an opportunity for team name change to maybe turn this. They suffered a lot in the last couple of attacks, so it's time for them to make a play. And they're trying here. Now, the problem that they have is that level 16 advantage fading for Ruby. Now, that's a bit of a sore point, of course. Yeah, Jojo jumps out, doesn't even bother Anduin, but there is the disc. I was just about to say, like, great disc, and then I realized, well, it was just Misha. And rumor has it that she's the real puppet master. But yeah, at the end of the day, she's just not having the same impact. And she's also back quickly, so yeah, you don't want to really blow all of your cooldowns on her. Anyways, 8 kills to 6, and of course at level advantage. But can they turn in now, the red team? Because Inting for Ruby has pretty much shut down this entire push. It gave team name change a bit of time to get to level 16, so they're getting closer. Hanzo, by the way, with the 38,000 damage that he delivered, is still top damage in the game. Disc misses here. 0 deaths on him. Same for Lulnara and for Stukov. But there's the turn-in opportunity now, and this time they have enough gems to make this happen. Can they deliver all of them, though? Yeah, they're not quite there. They still need to get the rest. Fish could try to go for another Entomb. Yeah, maybe. And decides against it for now. Yes, but there it is. This time he misses. But they still go for the battle. Malthael already with his ult. Try to pop them in the back here. But baby Houdini gets crushed. Casper with a feigned death survives. That down actually did something for a change. And now it's 7 kills to 8. Everybody is still a bit low. Maybe Lunara with the Thornwood Vines can try and poke them down here. The disc is already being used again against Misha. Soaking that one up. But they are willing to fight. They're willing to fight. I don't really understand why. Buying a little bit of time for the bot and the top lane, I suppose, but they just lost Leo. Now he's going to be back. No way, really? The heal. It's enough. They keep him alive. That was close, though. That would have been a fantastic kill if they would have been able to get that in the 3 versus 5 situation. Can you imagine? And they're still trying to turn in, because if they pull that one off, then we're going to have Leo and also Malthael back by the time that the Web Beavers touch ground. Leo in particular is obviously spawning on side, which is the best advantage here. But here comes the light bomb play. They're toying with fire. I honestly don't really like this. In a 5 versus 4, you're just asking for trouble. But Leo is back, and here comes Malthael. The kill against Stukov, but Rexa is dead too. So is Hanzo. And now the slaughter begins. Off gets offed by Hat. Or at least I thought so. But there's the shield. Anduin is dead, and Jojo! The heal! Isn't enough. Oh my god, are you for real? Johanna gets out because he was too lazy to get the final hit connected here earlier, so she's the only survivor. But the shield is already getting demolished at the bot lane as the red team is making a play for core. Guys, I don't know what's going on here, but after losing 2 maps against team name change, all of a sudden Inting for Ruby is about to tie the series and force the 5th and final map out of this best of 5. Inting for Ruby with the victory on Tomb of the Spider Queen against team name change. Well, I didn't really believe in it, but here we are. Game number 5. We have our final map. Inting for Ruby actually did it. They won 2 in a row and forced the final map in the series. Big question here, can they go for the reverse sweep? Yes or no? On the left side, team name change with Casper on Rexa, great for the top lane. We got Lopaka on Vala, Off on Garrosh, Kea on Whitemane, and Limu on Zarya. Whereas Inting for Ruby, still crazy to me. Look at that lineup. They got one of their favorite combos. They have Uther playing Fish, Mind Talk on Carrigan, Nox on Ana. So that double support, Uther doubling as a tank, Baby Houdini in the side lane with Dehaka, and Tacita gets played by Hat. A Zarya composition against that, and boy, this is... it's kind of crazy that we're here in the first place. So many times I thought that team name change would be able to win this. I mean, it looked even that they were able to win it with a 3-0. Let's be honest about it. Garden of Terror, they dominated for such a long time, and then they just screwed up a little bit, and it was multiple kills and staggered deaths against them that allowed Inting for Ruby with a composition that centered around Tyrael and his Sanctification to really gain momentum and some traction as they pushed the mid lane, and they won. And now we find ourselves on the final map. So is the reverse sweep, is the dream becoming a reality? They're off to a good start. They kill Zarya, so they take the initial lead. Oh, it's bad for them. As we established on the last map, if you take a lead in one of these games, you're going to lose the map. No, but jokes aside, I think one of the things that definitely played a bit of a role here, what I have to assume at this point, are bans against Tracer. Both of the maps that were won by team name change included a Tracer on the blue team's lineup. And now that we find ourselves in game number 5, yeah, we have that big combo with a lot of stuns for Inting for Ruby. Also, different style for Vala. So we got a Vala in here, but we get fire at will. So a multi-shot play for her. Honestly, not so sure if I like this or not. Again, these days, when you're getting a double support or a Zarya combo, then normally it's the auto attack style for Vala. Ever since Blizzard changed her level 1 talent and included the Gambit and just made the talent in general more useful, the auto attack variation is very, very strong as long as you can keep her alive, which is something that Zarya is usually pretty good at. So they decide that they want to have the added wave clear, which honestly makes also sense. This is one of those games and one of those maps where if you get the forts destroyed, you can build a lot of momentum and really take an opponent down very quickly. But we'll see if it comes to that or not. Already good pressure on Fish, but he survives. Gets the heal there. Yeah, double support is hard to kill. And at the bottom of the map, Tassadar is still pushing this back fairly well. But again, it's a Zarya composition that they're going up against. So we have a lot of sustain on the bot lane for both teams. Also with Garrosh, you now have the synergy. The speed barrier and Garrosh, it is a true and tried combo that always allows for Garrosh to rush into the opponent's backline and flip a target back in. Top side, yeah, Baby Houdini and Fish are playing out. Even Kerrigan is moving in now and wants to be aggressive here. But that of course means that they have now abandoned the bot lane. And I'm not so sure if I'm a fan of that, because they're losing ground here. Off on his Garrosh. Well, in this case, it's only helping him to run away from this one. But still. So there's another quick flip. Garrosh. Is he going to get out? Yes, he is. Dodges out on Mindhawk's combo attempt. They're trying to turn around the Haka. That didn't work either. It's all about the beacon control now. And since Rexa is alone at the top, the blue team controls 2 for at least a limited period of time. So with level 4 talents now being available, there's another quick combo against Garrosh, but here's the speed bubble. They go for Tassadar, and Hat is able to get out of the way. The double support keeping him alive here. They take control, or they try to take control of the beacon, but so far we have 22% already for team name change. Now this is not a winner takes all, but they take the kill on Uther. Uther is now still ghosting around for a bit longer to get the heals connected. But it's a kill for now. 44%. Blue team is doing well initially. It's a level 10 that's really the most impactful now, because then Kerrigan can go deep. Uther with the Divine Shield is going to be able to follow up on it. Ana obviously also going to come in with a nano boost. In this case, we by the way got the Hungry Bear. Top side, we got 76%. This is a big one. Big Zerg wave against 0%. 100 to 0%, that's what we're seeing here. And yep, that's the reality that Inting for Ruby has to deal with now. And their bot lane is already in trouble, so it's very likely that the fort is going to get destroyed now. Vala has by now also picked up the Hot Pursuit, but yeah, have fun dealing with that. It's not going to be easy. So they try for a quick combo on Vala. That one didn't work out for Mindhawk either. There's the 20 stacks for her multi-shot setup. And yep, you can kiss that one goodbye. So team name change, everybody. Off to a good start in this game. Now if the trend holds, that means they're going to lose this. But yeah, at this point, this is a map, of course, where you can really benefit from taking your opponent's forts down. Makes it very difficult to lock the objective in again. So for the bot lane, at least, it's going to be an issue. I wouldn't be surprised for them to also change things up a little bit and send Rexa down to the bottom of the map after this push and the 4-man towards the top. But for now, Limo was actually in trouble here. Nearly fell. They go for the fish on the other side though, and he is still alive. But Vala is low, and there's a lot of them that have real trouble staying alive now. Mindtalk is jumping in deep. If they can... I don't really think they're gonna get a kills here that easily. That being said, they're trying, and they're really following it up now. I think Garrosh might have a problem, and he's not the only one. Zarya's the first one to die, and with Dehaka now also coming in, they might get those kills after all. Especially with that fence. Beautiful play, and a kill on Vala. I have no idea what that is. She looked like chewing gum in that one. So there's a kill. That's 4 kills. They just locked in 4 kills out of nowhere. Inting for Ruby with the immediate call to go boss after they obliterated the opponent's team. So that was a work of art. Rexa the only one that survived it. And that onslaught is now resulting in the red team locking in the boss. Nobody's even moving for the boss spot. Nobody's even checking it. They know they can't contest it right now. So there it is. The boss gets taken. And that might just be the ticket back into the game for Inting for Ruby. They were down 2 games and won 2 in a row. And want to crown their achievement with a reverse sweep against Team Name Change. And I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not. But the fact alone that they got this far is impressive. So here comes the boss at the bot lane. We're still 6 minutes into the game, so it's not like that boss has scaled insanely into the late game and can take the lane down by itself, but it's definitely occupying a lot of time for Team Name Change that can now be used by the red team to get camps, to get a little bit more experience, lock in that level 10 that they nearly have, and then maybe punish the top lane a bit further. With that, we now get the Archon. We already have Divine Shield, obviously the Nano Boost too, and we get the Ultralisk. Yeah, 5 kills to 1. Both teams about to get their level 10, and top side gets pressured as expected. Then again, on the other side, we now have the Scarlet Aegis. We get the Warlord's Challenge. Vala with an additional stun as she goes in with the Rain of Vengeance, and Fish experiences that firsthand and gets out! Divine Shield and the turnaround! Rexa is dead, Uther dies, but they still want more. Double combo by Kerrigan. Mindtalk following it up on Zarya. They're trying to get that jump and they get the kill. Well done. And Kerrigan gets also murdered. So they're trading kills 2 for 2. 3 kills to 7 in total. The beacons are activating again, and they are already nibbling away the hit point pool of Rexa. But the blue team has taken control over the top lane and are now trying to, of course, control the bot lane as well to get some progress towards the beacon. I kind of like it. It's honestly tons of fun what we're seeing here. A lot of aggression from both sides, and especially Inting for Ruby with the Kerrigan composition is trying to get some kills in. But, well, it is the blue team once again that gets the initial progress towards the objective. Now that Dehaka is moving in, he's immediately being greeted by a stun from Vala. Misses the tongue on Garrosh. But they at least take control over the top beacon for now. And as expected, they shifted things up. They moved Rexa down to the bot lane and have the 4-man now pushing the top side. So, for now, what are we getting here? There's a stun on Garrosh, a quick move on him, good combo follow-up from Kerrigan, and they get the kill. That's the tank gone. In comes Rexa from the side. Fish is a bit low, but now Rexa is fully isolated. He might get the kill on Ana, but I think he's going to die too. And yes, indeed, he goes down. Ana is dead, but they still have Uther to rely upon for additional sustain. And by now, it's a double control for Inting for Ruby. Uther falls, but they have the 2 beacons and they're getting the progress right here. They make a play for Zarya. She gets killed as well. And that's going to be 100% to 28%. Inting for Ruby. They take the big Zerg wave. And, well, there's still something to push back the top lane a little bit for the blue team. But obviously, it can't really contest what Inting for Ruby has now unleashed at the bottom of the map. Yeah, it's a fun one. Nice back and forth here. 10 kills to 5. Funny as it is, the blue team still has the lead in experience. It's not a big one, but it's there. 39 stacks for Vala by now. And off we go. That could take down the fort. Probably not. Nah, it's not going to annihilate the fort. They're going to take the fort at the top lane after they defeat the Web Weaver wave. But down here, not too much is going to happen. So it's pretty much tight, honestly. Yeah, there's a big kill difference, that's true. But Team Name Change has done a good job soaking the lanes. So now we have a 4 destroyed on each side. Level 13 talents for both teams. And this is wide open. That game is wide open. But of course the team fights have so far gone a bit better for Inting for Ruby, which is a good sign for them. But the situation on the map is more or less identical. Another camp is about to be taken and they come in with the pressure. Nice stun combos though. Really nice move from Vala. And she gets the shield, but they're stealing the camp. They steal the camp and they get the drag. They get the drag and they get the kill. No! Whitemane saving Garrosh for now. The speed bubble from Zarya. They turn it again, or at least they try to. But there's the combo on Rek'Sai. He's dead. The drag on Zarya drops her too. Another 2 kills for Inting for Ruby. And they go for the boss once again. And all of this happens as the bot lane is pressured by the camp that was just stolen away by the red team. They are just doing fantastic. The camp taken, 2 heroes down. They go for boss, and obviously now we are 11 minutes into the game and these bad boys are gonna start to hurt a lot more. Baby Houdini is already trying to lick Vala again. Yeah, she's moving out just in time. But there's a lot of momentum all of a sudden fighting for Ruby. Now, we've seen too many momentum swings change on a dime in this game, in this series. So it's a little bit too early to tell, but I gotta say that at least for the time being, the red team is clearly in the driver's seat. Yeah, they are the ones making the plays, whereas the blue team is just reacting, and that bottom fort is gonzo. That thing is eliminated. There's no way to save it. Next objective not announced yet, but of course they're looking for more kills now. They want to go for the next Karrigan combo. And that fence. That's a little bit of an adrenaline push here for Vala, yeah? Scary moment for sure. But they try to pressure through the bot lane. I mean, if they can take the keep here, whew, that would be amazing for them. Even just opening it up a little bit is already a big success. But the defense is ready for all of this, so they're taking it down slowly. The towers are burned away, though. And they get the drag. No, not like this. They get it against Garrosh, and he is down. Garrosh is dead, and that's bad news. Look at the experience lead. They're nearly on 16, and Inting for Ruby. They're debating what to do here, but they want to go for the objective, apparently. Also lock in that level 16. Oh, boy. Team name change. Can they make it happen now? Can they come back into this? Because they are in trouble here, and they know it as well. It's obviously also a bit of a morale problem. If you were in a lead with a 2-0 and a best of 5, you kind of expected to lock that series in. And then if slowly but steadily you're losing game after game and find yourself on the back foot in game number 5, then you have to dig real deep in order to turn this around. And they're trying. They're doing their best here. Isolation. Oh god, no! Not like this! Isolation, the ult on Whitemane, and they go for the kill on her, and they get it. One hero after another falls. Rek'Sai wasn't even here. Another jump by Karrigan. Can Karrigan carry again? And yes, she can. Takes down 3 heroes. Garrosh is dead too. 4 are down, and the game might be lost. Rek'Sai is the only defender. They go for the keep. They try to take it down. And they just look way too strong at this point. 17 kills to 5. 17 kill. They're going straight in for their core at this point, guys. And yeah, this is lights out. Inting for Ruby. They actually pull it off. They pull it off. A reverse sweep in the losers bracket of the X Cup Fall. Inting for Ruby moves on to the next round of the tournament. Team name change. Drops out of the competition. Incredible performance here by the red team and an actual reverse sweep in this best of 5. GG and well played.